All right, now we are live in both places. My goodness. Jeez Louise. Technology, not my friend today. Also, I was totally in the zone, like working, doing stuff, and then I had to stop because it was live time. And I did not have time to make my tea. So, tea time with Lauren is Pellegrino time with Lauren. Straight out the bottle, because you know that's how I roll. Okay, so this week's tea time is a little bit different. Oh, thank you. I've been getting all my barrettes on Amazon lately. They are so cheap and awesome, and they make me really happy. So we're doing something a little bit different for this week's tea time. Next week, we'll go back to our normal tea time activity, but I'll also be adding this little bit of content into the mix because I thought of it the other day and I said, this will be really fun. And we're experimenting now with my tea time crowd. So let me set the stage. Every year in the summer, well, actually not every year. This year I can say every year because it will be the second year in a row. But last year during the summer, I did something called the Love Your Body Style Challenge. And it was incredible. It was incredible. If you've ever participated in one of my challenges in the past, this one is very popular. Basically, we go through 10 days of just radical self-discovery and a self-love exploration for all things your body. Because if you don't love and accept yourself and your body, then it's really difficult for you to dress yourself and to find your signature style. So I'm really big into the body love thing. I've had so many body image issues myself just throughout my whole entire life. Ever since I was really aware of my body, I started having issues with it. Hold on. Instagram is all paused up. Okay, there, it's back. Technology, just work with me today. Just work with me. So anyhow, as I've been, hold on, we got to make this stop. Please come back, Instagram. Please come back. Please come back. Shit. All right, let me close that. Guys, why is everyone messing with me today? And when I say everyone, I just mean Instagram. So it's not really everyone. It's just me being hella over dramatic. Okay. Let's try to get on again. Okay. Instagram, we're back. Sorry about that. So anyways, in preparation for this year's challenge, because it's the second annual, I'm just rejigging things and I have some other new projects that are coming. So I'm just really in the whole body mode right now. So I've been thinking about different things in our society and in just pop culture that really contribute to this warped sense of what our bodies should look like. And they're completely unrealistic and just absurd, but we take it in as real information, we process it, and then we live our lives in a completely just ridiculous way. Oh, hey, look, there's my bra. I don't care. And we process this and we react, and it's a reaction that's not based off of real reality. So anyhow, on to the topic of the day. I'm a mess today. I was thinking about the Sex and the City movie. Anyone see that movie? It's not very good, but I watch it over and over and over again because I like to look at the fashion, and Sex and the City is a fun escape, even though it's completely absurd. So there's this one scene in the Sex and the City movie where Samantha, she lives in LA, and then she comes out to New York to hang with the girls because Carrie's got her new apartment, and they open up the door and there's Samantha. She's got this pink top, she's got her little dog, and she's like, hey, and her gut spills out over her shirt. So the look of horror on, the girl's face, and then Anthony comes out and he's like, what's with the gut? and they sit down and have this like, come to Jesus discussion about, this is like the favorite line. And when I say favorite, I freaking hate it. Carrie's like, it doesn't matter what size you are. Are you happy? Let me just do my Lauren rant real quick, and then I'm going to weigh into the different thoughts that you guys put in the comments of my Instagram post and DM'd me with on IG and put in the Facebook comments. I struggled to find where this fat was. It made me so angry because the reaction to the friends and like the talk, you would think that Samantha went from, 100 pounds to 600 pounds. And even if she did, that's the first thing that you're going to talk about. That's the first thing. So maybe in the scene, maybe she gained 5 pounds. There was no fat there. It was a matter of she had on like, probably too tight pants. Anyone can make themselves look 5 to 10 pounds larger than they are just by dressing improperly or wearing clothes that don't fit right. So this is be a matter of an unflattering top paired with some too tight pants. So I literally struggled. And every time I watch the scene, I get angry again. And I look and I'm like, no, seriously, where is this fat that made everyone just like drop everything and not even think about the fact that their friend from the other side of the country just came to visit? Pissed me off to no end. And I think the reason why it pissed me off so much is because there are so many women, the Sex and the City franchise, it's like directed towards women. There's probably a handful of men that watch it. Out of that handful, most of them are probably gay. It's a girl show, like it's girly show. It's directed towards women. So you have all of these women and young women as well watching this and getting this messaging in that Samantha is fat. She's not fat. There's no fat there. It's crazy. So to me, that is just like some extreme body shaming, fat shaming, and shit that's going to warp women's minds. And there's so much work that has to be put in, self-reflection, self-help, reading, meditation, affirmations, whatever you have to do to make yourself feel okay, to not only feel okay, but to reverse everything that was put inside of you from the media to shit your mom said to you, to what the mean girl at school said. We have all this messaging that constantly needs to be undone, and to even have the awareness that it needs to be undone and then to take the steps to undo it consistently. You can't just do it once and be like, I'm cured from all my body issues. It doesn't happen that way. So the fact that there's a movie that is geared towards women, and again, I'm making generalizations, but a woman who is drawn to fashion and glamour and success, to be implanted with that messaging that like you're fat, pisses me off so bad, if you can't tell by my intensity. But I asked you all to weigh in yesterday. So that's what we're doing here. So this is going to be a new little live series that I'm going to do for the next probably like 6 weeks or so. So you have to look out on Instagram on Tuesdays. I'm going to put a photo. It's going to say your thoughts. And I'm going to write a little something, something. And I need you to drop your thoughts in the comments, because the next day I will go live so we can have this discussion. And the discussion is not just going to be my point of view, but it's going to be your point of view as well, because I'm reading all of your thoughts. Isn't this fun? Okay, so here's some of the thoughts from yesterday. Most people were driven crazy by this. Here's a good one. This is from Lindsay. That scene always drove me crazy. I can't believe they put that in the movie. That's supposed to empower women, and it's sending a message that we're being defined by our weight. Exactly. Nicole says, I always found that so strange, because in the past episodes, Samantha was always into health and fitness, and suddenly they tried to make her fat. and fat shame her. So it's strange and ridiculous. And then, yeah, here's Kara. You look great at any size, but. So she goes, what the fuck? She's just wearing tight pants. No one would say that to their friend. Exactly. So a lot of like just similar reactions. But there was one comment, let me see that I could find it, that had an opposite reaction. Oh, here we go. I think that scene was more about Samantha not being happy and letting herself go. Yes, her friends noticed, but they are her best friends. As a person who struggled with eating disorders and then gaining 30 pounds, I related to that scene. And almost my whole life, a 5-pound difference meant a different size. I think that fat is relative because the extra 30 pounds, I'm a size 2 and I felt huge. And having been a size 00 for so long, it makes sense. So her perspective was like, these are friends that are doing something nice for her. And even a small weight gain can be a sign that something else is going on. And, you know, I agree. Like if I have a really close friend, but although I'm never going to really say something to them, I'm just going to ask them if they're okay. I have friends that gain and lose weight. I gain and lose weight. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't, but I'm not going to say, hey, whoa, you know, they're big girl, big guy, whatever. What's going on? Are you happy? I'd rather just say, hey, you seem a little bit off. Like, is everything okay in your relationship or whatever? Like, there's so many other ways to do it. But from a movie point of view, there's also so many different ways with a character and fashion that they could have dressed her to show that she was experiencing some, you know, form of depression. They put in the YouTube clip of this. It's called Samantha's Depression, which again, I think it's a little much. There's people with real depression. I don't know that, you know, her being tired of her boyfriend in LA, talking about the Sex and the City movie, counts as depression, but whatever. If they wanted to show a shift in her psyche of showing that she's no longer happy, she's unfulfilled in her life, they could have had her roll up there in sweats. That would have been a huge departure from the Samantha who is always put together and would never not be dressed up. So they could have just had her come in some scuzzy clothes and been like, whoa, you know, like to me, that would have been more appropriate and it would have made sense for the movie and not been so damaging to women as a whole. So I enjoyed reading that different perspective. I don't agree. But I take it in. I think that they could have done something different. Brittany says, I didn't like Anthony's reaction because he tried to embarrass her. Exactly. But overall, I think her close girlfriends realizing something was out of character, which probably has deeper roots. Samantha was always into eating healthy, working out, and even though the weight gain wasn't dramatic, I see value in close friends having a come to Jesus with me, like, hey girl, are you okay? Again, yes. Like your close friends can say, are you okay? But like how inappropriate. It's a party. It's not that dramatic. And like that to be the first reaction, I think that's crazy. I just think that's crazy. There could have been a conversation. I don't get it. I just think it's the wrong message. And I don't know. I just don't know. And all of these women who dress themselves like just to the T, perfect A+, they will know how to disguise a 5-pound weight gain if they had it. It made no sense to me. It made no sense. All right, here's some other thoughts. Agreed. Hopefully a scene like that in a movie wouldn't have been accepted anymore. So there was a couple comments like this, like, well, in those times, y'all, this movie was not made that long ago. It really wasn't. Hold on. Sex and the City movie. Googling. This was made in 2008. 2008. It's 2019 now. It was not, times did not change that much that body shaming was okay in 2008. Y'all are playing with me now. You're just playing with me, right? Jeez. Okay, let's see what else we got. Also, Sex and the City did a fat shaming episode about Miranda with a baby fat at their Atlantic City weekend, but they were supportive and not attactive. Yes, that's true. And that they did approach a body shaming thing in a different way during that episode, where she gained weight, baby weight. She was doing Weight Watchers. She was going on this vacation. She's like, can I wear stretchy pants? They said, yeah, Vegas is home of stretchy pants. Some man fat shamed her, and all the women came into her defense. And it was more, to me, that was like a lot more positive scene, as you're also describing. Someone else commented that they heard, because they didn't like Kim Cattrall, that they did this scene to like embarrass her and like piss her off. But like, really, you're going to go through all this and damage like millions of women all over the world because you think Kim Cattrall is a bitch? Come on. Use your noodles here. You have a greater responsibility than getting a dig at a star of a show, you know? Jesus. Someone else, I think the girl's expression means this is very strange on you, Samantha. What happened? Yes. Why is my bra out so much right now? I've worked the buttons off of my shirt. I'm so upset. It wasn't dramatic enough visually to me for that reaction. It just wasn't. Like, I keep watching the scene and I just don't see it. Yes, she usually has Pilates abs, but like, it wasn't like she still had on the same crop top and had like a beer belly. It was a pooch. That could be period bloat. I'm PMSing right now. If you can't tell from a fire, I got a little bit of a belly right now. No one's going to sit me down and talk to me about it. I would punch him in the face is what I would do. I would knock him right out in the face. So I wish I can't look at the comment because it's on my phone and I'm on IG Live on my phone right now. But I did get some DMs. I got one from a friend from college, actually, and she was like, her friends had shamed her for gaining a little bit of weight, and she had come to LA to visit me, and she said that she was very worried and self-conscious about what she would wear and how I would react, because I hadn't seen her since college, about how her body had changed. I'm like, dude, that is fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucked. So I think as women, we have a responsibility to think about how other people are going to feel sometimes, because we know firsthand how damaging our relationship with our bodies are. So I'm not telling y'all how to live, but I'm just telling you how I live. I've always made it a personal practice of mine to just never comment on people's weight. You know, even if I like accidentally do, I immediately regret it because it's just bad. Whether it's a weight gain or even a weight loss, I don't comment on it because you never know a person's story. I remember when I graduated college, you know, had a job. In fact, this was like the height of the Sex and the City time. And I was drinking my Cosmos, drinking my apple martinis, and I gained 30 pounds, actually. I gained 30 pounds, and it slowly crept up. I didn't even think about it because I've never been a person to have scales. It's just something that I didn't think about, and I was drunk half the time, so I didn't freaking notice. And the moment that I did notice, because I couldn't get this pair of jeans on, and it really upset me, and I couldn't lie to myself and say that I was shrinking them in the wash anymore, I decided to get a trainer, work out, change my eating habits, and I lost the 30 pounds. And the amount of like positive energy and reinforcement that I got when I lost the weight it feels good-ish. Like it feels good to have a compliment of like, oh, your body looks so great. But it also really hurt me in a way because how did you feel about me before when I gained the 30 pounds? How'd you feel then? Now I'm worthy of your validation because I've lost a little bit of weight. And there's been other periods in my life where I didn't need to lose weight, but I went to very extreme measures to lose weight because I wanted to fit into this mold that society had laid out. I remember when Lindsay Lohan and like Paris Hilton and that whole crew, they were like, you know, the people to try to be like. Looking back, what was I thinking? But they were also thin. And remember everyone, there was rumors that their stylist, Rachel Zoe, was like giving them drugs so they could be skinny, and you'd read gossip blogs, and Lindsay Lohan was taking this type of medication because it made her lose weight. And I wanted to go through all those extreme measures so I could lose weight, so I could fit into a smaller jean size, and I would lose weight very unhealthily, and people would compliment me on how good I looked, and I was killing myself. So because I've had that experience, I just keep the weight talk out of there, right? Because as someone, you know, me, when I was in that really unhealthy place and getting this positive reinforcement, you just want to keep going. So you don't know what someone's going through. I don't think that calling people out on their weight gain or loss is helpful. I think that there's always a different way. Hey, as a friend, you just seem a little off your game lately. Is everything okay? How's your relationship going? How's your job going? What's happening? I think there was a good comment here. Address the issue, not the symptom. Exactly. If you're such close friends, come on, let's get down to it. So yeah, that's just kind of my very long thoughts on that, coupled with some of yours, which I wish, you know, I like to hear different perspectives. I really do. It doesn't mean I have to agree, but I do like to listen, to take it in. And I see the point of view of where it could be helpful for sure. I just think the execution was very poor for such a large platform. So there it is, your first Your Thoughts live video session. Some that I have coming up. Do y'all want to know which ones we have coming up? Let me see. Which one's going to be next week? So I want you guys to tune in or weigh in on Tuesday in the feed. We're going to talk about, this will be a little less controversial. I hopefully won't get this fired up, or maybe I will. You'll see. Next week is about old school body types and what we call our bodies when we can't just say it like it is, what it actually is. We're going to talk about body types next week for Your Thoughts. And the following week, we're going to be talking about retouching and the world we've entered in, where retouching ain't just for magazines anymore. There's Facetune, there's filters, there's all sorts of stuff to make how we look very, very different. Very interesting. So we're going to talk about that in the coming weeks and lots more topics. But I really want you guys to weigh in with your thoughts so we can get some interesting discussion and, you know, some discussion in the comment section too. I think it will be really fun and really productive for the overall, the greater good of body confidence for women. You know, I don't know, just trying something new. I can try whatever I want. Boom. Okay, and then we'll resume next week with the Tea Time with Lauren with the questions. It's just how it worked out this week. You know, we're just trying this shit. Boom. All right, I'm going to go rest up for 30 minutes before I have to go live, or get to go live, because it actually is my favorite thing to do of the week. Go live inside of Personal Style University to answer all of their fashion questions. But I need my Pellegrino break in between. Can we get Pellegrino sending me cases of this stuff already? Come on. Just an idea. All right, have a great weekend.